Hey guys, welcome to a new video where we're going to show you exactly how to get started with UChat. So if you're new to UChat or you already created an account and you still find it a little bit difficult to navigate between all the various options, integrations, features and stuff like that, then this video is for you. Inside of this video, we will go over the different kinds of elements on how to quickly get you started. So let's dive in right away. First of all, once creating your profile, you will come to a similar dashboard overview. From here, we can go towards the left-hand menu where you will see all the available menu items on your dashboard, as well as all the various options in like Facebook channels. If we go all the way down, we will also see an option called Workspace Settings. So first, set up the workspace properly. We can change the workspace logo. We can also update the workspace name, as you can see here. And really important is also to have the proper time zone, because this will also be used inside the bot for different kinds of calculations. You can also set your default flow theme towards your own preferred one, meaning once you create a new chatbot, this theme is automatically enabled for you. Now, if you're new to UChat, you can just go inside the flow builder, test a few themes out, decide which one you like most, and then go back inside the workspace settings to change towards your favorite theme. You can also invite new team members in, and you can do that with the members tab. On the members tab, you will be able to insert an email address and then assign a specific role. Currently, we have admin, member, and live chat agent. On the agent groups tab, you are able to set up different kinds of teams inside of your chatbot. So for example, if you have need for live chat support and you want to have different kinds of topics like a support team, like a billing team, right? You can set up different kinds of agent groups, assign your invited team members inside of those groups, and then you can assign them inside the chatbot whenever needed. You can also go towards the channels overview, where you can hide or display specific channels, which then will show up on the left-hand side. As you can see, all the ones that I enabled are now also visible on the left-hand side. If, for example, I enable Chat and say update, you will see it pop up as well. And there we go. Now that we have gone over the workspace settings, let's go over the profile settings. You can reach the profile settings by going towards the top right corner, and from there you can go and press your settings. From here, you will be able to update your own profile photo, which will then be displayed on the top right corner. You can also update your name. For the email address, if you want to change that for any reason, for example, you have lost access towards a business email, for example, then you can submit a ticket and we will do this manually for you. You can also adjust the language, time zone, and time format. You can also go and watch all of your workspaces by either going towards the left-hand side inside of this overview, or by going back towards the drop-down on the top right and say view all workspaces. From here, you can see I have quite a few. You can manage all your workspaces. You can easily navigate between the workspaces, and you can also create a new one. On the security tab, you will be able to update your password to a new one, for example, and you can also enable two-factor authentication. Under the API keys, you are able to create an API token on the specific workspace and also the specific chatbot inside that workspace. You can give it a name, you can assign all abilities or just one of the two, and then once you press create, they will show up in the below overview. You also have access towards the referral program, which will have your unique link, and you can earn commissions by referring people using that link. If we go back towards the workspace, there's also a section for analytics. These analytics, so if we go there, are the analytics based on a workspace level. So all the total numbers of your chatbots combined. As you can see, we have the total bot users, new bot users, active and average daily. And then we also have different statistics for messages sent, emails sent, and much more. If you'd like to download these graphs, you can easily do so by just going towards the hamburger menu and then download them as an SVG, PNG, or CSV file. So you can basically customize your own dashboard wherever you like to. On the template store, you are able to quickly install a template that we have built or one of the community members have built. And it allows you to get started really quickly. So you can see that we have different kinds of channels, and you can also filter on top using all the different kinds of topics. As you can see here, you can also search for a specific name if you know the name of the template, and you can also filter by free or paid templates. You can also create your own template, publish them towards this store, and also add payment to them. So you can also earn from your templates if you like to, and support the community this way. The next step will show you the install templates that you've installed inside of this workspace, along with the purchase templates if you have any. Under the integration section, you will see a lot of third-party platforms that we natively integrate with. So you can go over these yourself whenever you feel the need to see which one you would like to integrate with. Just know that you can find them under the integration section. For the mini apps, you can see that I installed a few mini apps. I also created a few mini apps, but this overview is meant to see all installed mini apps. If you have none, you can do so by pressing the button plus install app. You will go inside the UChat mini app store, where you can basically select any of these available mini apps to install. Under the e-commerce tab, which is a native e-commerce provided by UChat. So if you don't have any web shop or domain to basically set up your web shop, you can do so directly inside of UChat and also sell your products, whether those are physical or digital, in over 16 plus supported channels. You can set up your products. We have collections that you can do, discounts, coupons. You can manage the shopping carts, view them directly here. You also have orders, settings, tags, vendors, and types. All of these have been well documented in our documentation, as well as we have specific videos for these individual settings and sections. Under the My Contents tab, you will see an overview of my mini apps. So those are the mini apps that you have created yourself. As you can see, I have a few. And you can also create a new mini app by pressing the button, where you can then choose between the different two types that we currently have. As you can see, mini app version 1 is JSON based, so more API based, and then mini app v2 is flow based. You can give it a name, press create, and then you can go into the mini app creation. Under the My Bot templates, you will see all the templates that you have created yourself. You can manage them, you can share the links, you can update them, all towards your own preference. If you want to create a new template, just press the top right button, and then from here you can select your chatbot and then select between the two different types, either a bot template, which means that it will copy the entire chatbot, or you can go with a subflow template where you can basically select the flows that you like to. So if you have specific flows that you want to create a template of, you can select them and create a template out of it. We also have email templates. So if you are into email marketing, you can do this directly inside of UChat, and you can get started with fantastic, beautiful, and good looking emails. If we are going to edit one, let's say edit template, then you will see that we have a drag and drop system that we can use to create your own stylized template, or we can go with the sample templates on top. And then you will see that you have choice at really good styled templates. You can just press one and then it will be automatically imported, and you can basically change anything towards your own liking really quickly. Now that we've gone over the workspace settings and the workspace overview, let's head into the chatbot to take a look at how this works. Once logging into a chatbot, or when you created a new one, you will always end up inside the main flow. This is a flow that has been created along with the chatbot, and this is basically your starting flow. You can also change this, so if you don't want to use the main flow, you can also change this to your own customized flow, which we will get to in just a few moments. If we go towards the flow section itself, then you will be able to create folders to structure your own chatbot and then have each flow into its own folder. Below, you will also see different flows that are not belonging to any folder, and you can easily select them and move them as well. If you integrate it with OpenAI, you can also try out Generate Subflow by AI, or you can just press the button New Subflow. From here, we have three types of flows, namely the web, the workflow, and the function flow. And for the web, that is just a regular flow. It's called web because we are inside of an omni-channel chatbot. And basically you will have access to all the features inside of this specific flow. A workflow is a flow that allows you to set up back-end tasks. So for example, if a user just made a certain action, you can trigger a workflow to add tags, to update custom fields, or to export data towards an external third-party platform. That is all possible with a workflow, and it's also not restricted by any 24-hour limitations like on the meta channels. For the function flow, you will be able to prevent the creation of repetitive flows. So for example, if you have multiple flows where you're asking for an email or a phone number, right? You can create one flow to do so. And whenever you need to ask that inside of a funnel, inside of a conversation, you can just go towards this function flow. And then soon as this function flow has finished, you can return the user back to the previous flow and continue the conversation. This allows you to build more structured chatbots and allows you to also create smaller flows, which improves the performance of the chatbot as well. If we go with a regular flow, we can just say demo for now, press create, and then we will get inside of a flow, and each flow will have a starting node. On the starting node, you will be able to set an SSO required. So this is a single sign-on feature that we also have, and we have specific videos on how this works. And you can also add triggers directly from this overview. We'll get towards the triggers in just a few moments, but know that you can also add them directly here. Once you want to continue towards the next step, you can just drag with the left mouse button into an open canvas, and then we will have the selection between new steps. We can send a message, we can have a question, a user input basically. We have different kinds of actions that we can do, conditions, split nodes, send emails, and go to nodes. If we go over the send message nodes, inside the send message nodes, we have add items like text, cards, rich media files, for each step, which is a little bit more for advanced users, using dynamic content inside of a JSON field to display a gallery card-like overview. We also have another step where we can find different kinds of features as well. We also have dynamic content, and this is a little bit more developer-like, but if you like to design your flows like this, so get messages from an API request and send it, then this is possible to do so as well. And we also have, of course, e-commerce, certain actions that we can do, like displaying products or shopping carts. If we just click on the right mouse button on an open canvas, we open up the exact same overview, and we can go with a question node. Inside of this question node, this is basically the equivalent towards a user input. We have different kinds of types of questions that we can use. We have the option to just have a regular text input, a number, an email, a URL, phone number, date, or a date time. And we also have choice, so multiple choice, and location, including, last but not least, rich media files. You can just select one. So for example, text, ask your question here. Then it's important to save the response to a pre-designed custom field. And if you do not have one, you can also make one up on the spot. Just click it and it will create a new one for you. We will have different kinds of actions available to you. So if we're going to take a look at add items, we have basic actions like the adding of a tag, the removal of a tag, set a custom field, do a JSON operation to manipulate the JSON data that we have inside of a custom field or a bot field. We can also subscribe, unsubscribe, opt the user in for email and SMS, and much, much more. We also have advanced actions like an external request, so basically making API calls towards a third-party platform. We have JavaScript function, which is a great functionality. If you have any experience with JavaScript, you can use this directly inside of UChat, and opens up a ton of potential as well. We can send SMS if you have connected a phone number from the integrations tab on your workspace. You can set languages, and we have several Webchat specific features. And we can also log custom events, move to board, and much, much more, as you can see. On the integration section, you will see all the different kinds of elements that you integrated with. So for me, it's quite a few. Few will be standard and visible for everyone, like Trigger, Zapier, or Make, or Publi. and the Stripe API. But if you have integrated with anything specific, then you will have them here at your disposal as well, like a mini app or other kind of special integration. Under the notification, we have different kinds of types of notifications that you can send, like emails, Slack notifications, SMS notifications, even make a phone call, do some kind of WhatsApp notification, Telegram notification, Viber, Facebook, and a normal live chat agent notification. You also have access towards e-commerce functions because we have the native e-commerce, which you can use to sell specific items, products inside of your chatbots, and these actions help you do so. We also have a condition which allows you to build in certain logic inside the chatbot. And if we just go and take a simple example, we can go with add a condition. For example, if someone has a specific tag, like a testing tag, press save. Now we have a condition set up. If the user has a tag inside of testing, then we can go this route. Or if the user does not have this tag, we can go with the otherwise step and go a different route. So this allows you to set up basic as well as really advanced logics inside of your chatbot. We also have a split node, which allows you to set up variants. So if you have different funnels that you like to test, you can just add variants really easily, like so. And you just need to make sure that the equivalent of all these variants add up to a total of 100%. So for example, if we want to go with 75% for option A and just 25% for option B, or we say 20% for option B and we add another variant, and that will be 5%, right? A total of 100%. You can use this to lead the users to different parts and test out which version of your funnel or your conversation automation works the best, and basically determine a winner this way. We can also send emails directly inside the flow itself. And for this, you will need to connect an email profile under the integration section. And as you can see, I have a few on SMTP. I also have my Gmail and also have a SendGrid account connected to provide two-way email syncing and basically have my complete ESP directly inside of UChat. You can either send a regular email subject and write your own text, or you can use any of the email templates that you set up previously under the My Content tab. So let's say we have a demo, right? And we have a few variables inside, which we now can map inside the flow, like a first name. There we go. And then we have multiple variables here. Last but not least, we also have the go-to node, which allows you to send users to the next part of your conversation, of your automation. And you can do so by either sending them to a new subflow, and you can also search for that subflow by name. You can also say we want to send the user to a node in the current flow, so maybe send them back to the beginning or somewhere in the middle. Or we can say we can use an any node, and that means that we can use and send the user to any node in any other subflow that we have inside of our chatbot. You can use the search by name or node NS. You can also select by type. You can also select the subflow directly here. If we go towards the analytics section on the left-hand side, we will be able to see the analytics of this specific chatbot. So on the workspace level, you have all the chatbots combined, and this one is for this specific chatbot. So we have an analytics for messages, bot users, agent performance. If we have any inbound webhook set up, then those will be counted here as well. We have error logs, so if there have been any errors, we will see the count here. We have analytics for Facebook ads, customer feedback, and recently we introduced custom events and custom reports, which we will have a separate mini course on our official YouTube channel. So be sure to check that out because it's a really powerful feature. On the live chat section, we have an overview of all the bot users that are currently inside of live chat. We have different kinds of inboxes, as you can see here. And if we go towards a specific user, you can also minimize this bot user overview to have a good large live chat screen. You can type at the below. You can also, if a user opted in for email, then an email notification or an email icon will show here. And you can then send your email directly towards this specific user. You can also leave notes for teammates and yourself. On the right hand side, you will see the bot user profile. And since this is a Webchat user, you will also be able to capture the IP address, the country, the region, and also the referrer URL where the user is coming from. On top, you will be able to switch the bot user profile towards custom user fields that the user might have, as you can see. You can also add custom fields directly manually, so that's a good thing for live chat agents. We can see an overview of all the notes that has happened inside of this conversation, see all tags, also add new tags, any sequence that the user has been in, and we'll also be able to see any orders if they bought anything inside the chatbot. Now for the bot user overview, you can just go and press the left hand side and you will have a complete overview of the bot users. You can select a single one and then see certain details if they have any. And this you can also do bulk actions by selecting multiple users and then go with the bulk action feature. You can also set up segments. So if you have specific segments, for example, set up certain segments. You can do so by going with a filter like a condition, let's say testing, press save, and now you will see only one popping up, and we can save this as a segment as well. So the next time that we want to filter through the bot users, we can just press this segment feature and it will skip us for having the need to insert all those conditions again. We also have a boards feature, and inside this boards feature, it's basically a mini CRM, a Trello-like display where you can have different kinds of boards for different kinds of use cases. A board for leads. You can also have a pipeline. You can also have a ticket support board, right? So you have different kinds of use cases where you can use this specific boards. It's a really great feature to be able to manage everything inside of UChat itself. Under the automations tab, we also have keywords. So you can trigger something by a specific keyword and connect it towards a subflow. You will also be able to manage all sequences, and the sequences are basically a series of messages or flows that have been sent through a specific time interval that you can set up. We also have triggers, so if something happens inside the chatbot, we can run a certain flow. As you can see here, I have a few set up, and we can also trigger a new trigger by pressing the button, or as we have just saw inside of the flow builder on the starting node itself, you have access towards this specific new trigger as well. You can just go through all these triggers yourself to explore and see what is possible. We also have the intent functions, and this is a new intent detection system powered by OpenAI. So you need to integrate your OpenAI with this, which it allows you to be able to set up intent detection, basically letting the chatbot know and understand the context of the reply from the user and then point them towards the correct flow inside your chatbot. You also have access towards common keywords, and these are basically meant for your Facebook and Instagram posts. So anytime a user comments on any of your posts, you will be able to trigger a reply towards that comment and also send the user a PM. Under the Contents tab, we will have access to manage our custom user fields, our bot fields, the tags for the different kinds of users. We also have access to all the notes that we have built inside the chatbots through the various flows. We also have access towards custom events, a new powerful feature as mentioned. So do check out the mini course that we have. But this allows you to set up custom events to be tracked throughout your chatbot. We also have a menus item, which currently is supported by the channels Webchat, Messenger and Instagram, and these will be displayed on the next towards the typing input box on a conversation. You can also set up personas if you like to, and as you can see, Webchat, Messenger, Google, Line and Fiber support these. If you have connected WhatsApp Cloud, you will be able to manage your WhatsApp templates here. You can sync them directly into UChat and then also create new templates directly on the spot instead of needing to go towards your WhatsApp Business Manager to create them there and then sync them back inside of UChat. You can create them here. We will upload them towards Meta to get them approved, and you can always sync to check the current status. We also have notification topics, which are basically limited towards the Messenger channel because that's a specific feature for Messenger, and you can set that up as well. You also have access towards customer feedback, also a specific feature towards Messenger channel. And this is just a nice feature to implement whenever a customer has visited your store or has an appointment made with you. Review the experience that they have received from your business. Under the Tools section, you will have access towards the error log. Inside the error log, you will see any specific error that has occurred throughout your chatbot. You will also see the specific user. You will also have access towards the time that it happened. And you will also have access towards the node. You can just press the left mouse button and then you will go towards that specific node to be able to troubleshoot this better. You will also be able to set up testers, and testers allow you to, for example, if you have a chatbot flow in development, you can assign certain testers from your bot user overview to go through those flows. You can set up a condition at the starting of the flow to see if the user is a tester. If so, they can preview the flow, and otherwise they can go towards the live published flow itself. For admins, you can also set up specific admins for the chatbot that allow you to set up admin flows to allow them access to flows and features that regular bot users do not have. Under the widget section, we will be able to set up different kinds of widgets like ref URL, QR code, Facebook customer chat, and chat button. Do note that these are all popping up because we are inside of Omni-Channel. Or for example, if you are on Instagram, then these Facebook customer chat and the chat button will not pop up. You can also provide a multilingual chatbot by adding a new language, and then we can translate all the available nodes of all the available flows inside your chatbot by just pressing the translate button. You will see the English on the default, and then you will have the translated version that you can translate to. We will have shortcuts, and these shortcuts are meant for live chat support to be quickly insert certain replies, certain answers. If we go towards live chat support and go towards a conversation, basically when typing a backslash, you will see all the shortcuts, and you can then just press the one that you want and it will be inserted directly for you. You'll also have custom reports. As mentioned, this is a new feature released, and again, do check out the mini course for all the details. You also have a Facebook ads section where you can set up a new Facebook ads payload and use that inside of your Facebook advertising. You also have an inbound webhook feature, and this allows you to pull in data from an external source and then pull it inside of UChat, process it any way you like to, and then be able to continue the automation that way. We also have a broadcast feature, and with this broadcast feature, you will be able to schedule broadcasts, but also just run the broadcast directly on the spot. We will also have the settings of the chatbot itself. We have a few tabs, as you can see. Under the general tab, we have a bot users limit. This only is accessible towards the owner itself, where you can set a max bot user count. So, for example, if you set to 2000, you cannot accept more subscribers, more bot users than that limit of 2000. Setting it to 0 means there is no limit. You can also allow the bot users auto cleanup feature. This means that you can set up certain days of last interaction and also set up certain conditions to make sure that only the users that you want to be cleaned up. This allows you to remain with active and engaging bot users only, and also save you money on the total amount of bot users. On the bot start flow, you can change the start flow of the chatbot itself. Normally it would start with the main flow as mentioned, but here you can change it towards your own custom flow if you like to. Under the Facebook section, again, this is only available under the normal Facebook channel or the Omni-Channel. You can set up your greeting text, which is also supported by Fiber, by the way. You can customize your chat widget directly inside of UChat. And you can also authorize whitelist certain domains to be able to display the chat widget on. And we can set up icebreakers, basically conversation starters for Messenger and Instagram. On the live chat sections, you have several different kinds of abilities to set up. And this allows you to perform the live chat towards your own preferences. You also have access towards SSO settings, single sign-on settings. Currently, we have the providers Google and Facebook. In the future, we will try to also add a custom provider, which allows you to connect towards your own. Lastly, on our Omni-Channel, we also have the Webchat widget, which you can fully customize towards your own liking. So if you have anything that you would like to customize and basically brand it towards your own business, you can easily do so using these settings. We have a complete separate mini course on how to do just that on our official YouTube channel. So this was the overview of how to get started with UChat. We hope you find it useful and allows you to understand the platform a little bit more, where to find all the different kinds of unique items, integrations, features, and stuff like that. If you have any questions, however, you can always reach out. We'll try to answer them as soon as possible. For now, have fun exploring. Take care, have a great day, and we'll talk to you really, really soon.